And welcome back to Nancy's Neighborhood, folks, and I hope you watch those commercials like I asked you to. I have my second guest today is Bernadette Douglas from the Cleveland Bradley Chamber of Commerce. A lot of things go on at the Cleveland Bradley Chamber of Commerce. We could go on for hours and hours and hours and tell everybody about what's happening and the benefits that Cleveland Bradley County reap from the chamber.
Right.
But that's not what you're here to talk about today. You're here to talk about a couple events that are happening, and the first one is Leadercast that's coming up.
Yes.
And first of all, I want you to tell everybody what Leadercast is and how it works and what's going to happen.
Well, we've got a lot going on in May, and we started all off with Leadercast, which is a week from Friday, May 4th, and it is a local broadcast of a live event in Atlanta. So they do this event in Atlanta every year with the people, the speakers that they have are live. We simulcast it here in Cleveland so that you don't have to go to Atlanta. You can just drive up the road to First Baptist Church and be comfortable and not spend 2 days in Atlanta and get the same content. And it's leadership focused. There are 8 speakers for the day. We start with breakfast at 8 o'clock, and it ends about 3:30, quarter to 4. Speakers like Andy Stanley, who everybody knows who Andy Stanley is. This year they have Mae Jemison, who is a first woman NASA astronaut. And then there are multitude of speakers during the day, and it ends up with Joe Torre this year.
How neat.
I know. So we're kind of excited about that. But they're great speakers. Like I said, we start out with breakfast. We provide lunch, all for one price. You don't have to leave the building. It's great networking for our members. We pull people from Chattanooga up from this event. For some reason, there's not a host site in Chattanooga.
Wow.
There's one in Dalton, and then us in Cleveland. And we last year we had, I think, 350 people.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So this year we still have some corporate tables available. We have, if you've been in First Baptist, we sell what we call the stadium seats, the riser seats. We have a price for those, and then we have some floor seating at tables available.
And that is so neat because you don't have to buy a corporate table if you don't want to.
No.
You can individually go and sit in the stadium seats, which are fairly comfortable seats.
Yeah, and then you can sit at a table if you'd like to have someplace a little bit more comfortable to write on.
Right.
But we do some local. We do door prizes and we do some giveaways. And Aaron is our MC, so it's always a lot of fun when he gets up there. But it's a great networking opportunity for our members and great professional development. You can get continuing education units for if in like public relations or human resources. So there's ways to do that as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So do they have to be a member of the chamber to do this?
Do not have to be a chamber member to attend. In fact, this is probably one of the few events that we don't have a non-member price. And everything that I'm telling you about is on our website. You can go to the community calendar, One Community, One Calendar, and just go to the day and you'll be able to find the event.
And I talk about that One Community, One Calendar often on here.
Oh,
because
good.
It's www.clevelandchamber.com.
Right.
And up in the upper left-hand corner is the community calendar. And just click on that and you can find out everything that's going on.
Yeah, and I just, a little plug, you don't have to be a chamber member to put your events on. You just fill out the form, and it goes to Joel Henderson, our communications director, and he corrects your grammar the way Nancy used to do, and it goes live.
And so when is the last day for somebody to register
The last day to register for Leadercast will be on Tuesday, May the 1st.
Okay.
Is that Election Day?
Yes, it is.
Election Day. So that is our last day just because we have to turn in food counts and things like that. We do take walk-ups. Of course, it costs you significantly more to walk up, but we do allow for that on that day.
And then they'd have to run out somewhere and get their lunch.
No, we have
do
extra.
you have? Okay. All right, very good. So you wouldn't have to go out and get your lunch. So that's one event the Chamber has coming up, and that is, tell us the date again.
Friday, May 4th at
Friday,
First
May
Baptist.
4th, from 8
to about 3:30.
3:30, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and all that information, and you can call the chamber.
Yes.
472-6587. You can
thanks,
call,
Nancy.
and listen, I've got that, that one's ingrained.
Yeah.
But you can call the chamber, and Lisa or Melissa, either one, will be glad to talk to you about it, tell you what
and
you
get
need
you
to know.
registered.
That's exactly right. And then there's another event coming up.
Yeah, May is just so busy for us. We
Like
have
April wasn't.
Yeah, right. So we have our membership coffee on May 8th, Tuesday May 8th out at the airport at the Cleveland Regional Jetport.
We're excited about that.
Yeah, so that's just one other event. And then on Wednesday, May 9th, we have our annual Mel Bedwell Small Business Person of the Year Award Luncheon. And that is at noon at the Museum Center. And this year, it's presented by Pinnacle Financial Partners. They have been our presenting sponsor for the last 2 years. And this year, they have secured Dr. Art Laffer, who is a nationally probably internationally recognized economist. He was an advisor to Ronald Reagan during the Reagan years, and he is the father of supply-side economics. So if you're kind of interested in that, and I've heard he's a wonderful speaker, he just lives in Nashville, so he's not coming that far. And so we're excited to be able to bring him to Cleveland. And again, a nationally recognized speaker in our community, and you don't have to go out of town. Tickets are $25 for that. Corporate tables are $200. So, those are available, and we do have a non-member price for that, though.
Okay, so I was going to ask if you don't have to be a member to attend.
Don't have to be a member to attend.
Now, tell us about why it's the Mel Bedwell Award.
Well, you probably remember Mel. He was a member of the Chamber Board. He was very active in our small business community. He was the chairman of our committee. He had a successful small business, Cleveland Business Machines, which is still in existence. And when Mel passed away from cancer, we wanted to recognize him and recognize his contributions to our community. And so our board named the award for him. And it is given to a successful small business person in our community. We've took nominations through the early spring, late winter, and had a committee select this year's recipient.
And I always love it because a lot of people know or think they know who it's going to be, but the recipient is always
clueless.
So surprised. They are clueless. And they don't know what to say when they get up to the mic. It's really cute.
Well, what's really good is that we give the previous year's winner the opportunity to present the award. So then they kind of get up and give another kind of acceptance speech.
Right, because
they've thought about it a little bit.
They've had a year to think about it. But,
That's right.
But usually, and it's kind of fun to sit there, too, because as the person is reading the accomplishments of the winner, you kind of, there's whispers going around, oh, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. So it's kind of interesting to do that.
It's very exciting.
And so that's going to be May the 9th.
May the 9th, Wednesday. Noon. May the 9th at noon.
Okay.
And we do have a few, we let our members set up showcase tables if they'd like, and we have a few spots left if anybody's interested in doing that.
But you need to be a chamber member to do that.
Yes, you need to be, and they can call me.
Okay, so 472-6587, and Bernadette will help you on that.
Yeah.
So these are just two things that are going on at the chamber. The chamber constantly works day by day for things that are going on in Cleveland, Bradley County.
Yes. Definitely.
Yes, definitely. And we have a lot of things to thank the chamber for. The fact that some of our industries stayed here and didn't go offshore, and some other big industries came in after a lot of work. And so,
there's a lot going on.
There is. And sometimes people sit back and say, well, I don't know what the chamber does for me.
Yeah.
But they really do. If you get right down to what the chamber does, they do a lot for me.
Well, it's the kind of the cliche is that we do what people think just happens.
Yes, it just automatically happened. But actually,
happened.
It took 2.5 years of work from the chamber to make it happen.
Well, we talked today that we were talking about a convention center and the need that Cleveland has for a convention center. And we said, well, it only took us 28 years to get an airport.
Oh, was it only 28? I thought it was 40.
No, it was about 28 years to get an airport. So
down the road somewhere, maybe we'll have a convention
center.
Very good. Any last minute thing you'd like to tell people?
No, we just have a couple of programs coming up later in the month. We have our quarterly Women's Council program.
Yes.
And Denise Rice will be presenting on that, leadership in the workplace. And then our Leadership Cleveland graduation program is going to be on body language and leadership. We have a speaker coming in from Chattanooga who teaches at UTC, Donna Van Natten, body language for leaders. So that's going to be really interesting.
I think that one will be real interesting.
Yeah, and you don't have to be affiliated with the Leadership Cleveland program.
Oh, really?
This is a fundraiser for our scholarship to a nonprofit executive for our program every year. So you can go online and find out information.
And I would love to do that one because I'm guilty of
Bad body language.
And I don't know whether it's bad or not, but I'm guilty of it. And I'm also guilty of judging other people
by
their body language.
Okay.
So I think that would be a fun
That's
event.
Thursday, May 31st at the Country Club.
Okay. All right. So we have almost a whole month.
We have a whole month of things.
To get ready for that. But
Yes.
here again, if you go to clevelandchamber.com and go to the One Community, One Calendar, everything's on there.
Everything's on there.
And
online registration. You don't even if you can just sign up there, or if you're a chamber member and you have some credits that go with your membership tier, you do need to call and let us know.
Right. And here again, 472-6587, and that'll get you right there to somebody that'll answer all your questions.
That's right.
Bernadette, thank you so much. This is exciting. And I'm a proud proponent of the chamber and everything y'all do. So I think these things are exciting. And I asked you before if I needed to be somewhere, and you said yes, so I will be there. So anyway, but thank you so much for being on with us today, and I do appreciate it. Folks, don't go away. I'll be back to tell you about some other things that may be happening in Cleveland and Bradley County coming up this week and next week, and as we get into May. So watch our commercials, support our sponsors because they pay our bills, and I'll be right back.